I'm winging it for you. Thank you for joining me. May you find what it is you are inquiring into. Let's take a look at the current energy. It's a lot of silence. Nobody's saying anything. Six of Cups. All sides want balance and fairness and balance and harmony. There's a lot of happy memories here. It could be a second chance at a reunion. What do we have? We've got the Nine of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, the Fool, the Empress. Wow, lovely energy, and Nine of Wands. So no matter what happens, you just will not stop. You have not given up yet on creating the life that you see for yourself. And I haven't seen this before, but the Fool here, that's the eyeball, the eye, iris, and the pupil. So there's a lot of eyes on you, and you're eyeing the fact that maybe you have gotten over all of your obstacles and you're feeling pretty good. And pink is just about romance and softness and health, feminine energy, loving, affectionate. That's what you want. That's what you have your eye on. That's what you see for yourself. You've worked really, really hard to be independent, to be self-sufficient. And there's been a lot of competition, maybe for the person that you're with, or in your workplace, or in your whole life. Maybe there have been people who have been wanting to fight with you, to create confusion and smoke screens, tell you everything you wanted to hear, because the fifth house energy is all about fun and romance, but this is the Five of Wands, which is competition and confusion and chaos and change. Competition, obstacles. Could be sports too, for some of you, that you've worked really hard on achieving something with the Empress and creating something, and you're not going to give up. So maybe you're an Olympic athlete, for example, and you're going to go the long haul. And same with whatever it is, whoever you are going all the way in. That's what I see. I see that you're preparing to change your life. With the Six of Cups, I think of the sixth house. So work, your health, service to other people, self-improvement. So I feel as if you are following whatever it is that is calling you to express this joy and love and wisdom. Actually, for me, the Nine Pentacles here and the Nine of Wands is you're wise, and you have earned and learned from experience and been burned from experience in order to allow you to get to this level of the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Pentacles. You have manifested. You've completed this work. Your work and your effort has put into this self-sufficiency that you have, and financial independence and the safety net. Maybe you're starting a self-employment project. Like maybe you've started your own channel, and it's not easy to do, is it? To balance your life, to keep looking at things from a different perspective. It's okay to start somewhere. Let's get a different layer on this. Four of Cups. So yeah, you're not feeling that inspired right now. In fact, you're feeling a little bit bored. You're looking over at the Three of Cups. Looking over at the Three of Cups going, well, I'd like to have a little bit more fun. I like having fun. I like going out with my friends. I enjoy relationships and communicating and being a creative person in a different way. There's a lot of thinking here. A lot of thinking going on right now. And I feel that this is more subconscious thinking and thoughts that are going around in your head, thinking about your past experiences, the feelings, the emotions associated with those shameful experiences, or some of you have been through violence and trauma and relationship addictions and habits of thinking and past programming for so long that it's hard to be aware of everything that really is going on here in your mind. And it's interesting because the Six of Cups and the Four of Cups under adds up to a 10 of Cups. And so that is that financial security. So maybe some of you had an inheritance come into your life, and it should be happy. Things should be, everybody's provided for, everything. Maybe you're able to retire. You have these traditions, you have this happy family life, but there's a part of you, with the Four of Cups, it's a little bit bored or unhappy about the situation. Feel like maybe you're missing out on other opportunities because you're feeling disconnected in the situation. Maybe you're even thinking that stuff's going on, or somebody around you is thinking stuff's going on. And there's a lot of jealousy and depression involved here. It's not as happy, and it's like a little bit rose-colored glasses that it was supposed to be the way you wanted it to be, but it ain't turning out that way. Tell me about this Nine of Pentacles. The Page of Swords. Yeah. In the Page of Swords scenery, it's kind of like a harsh landscape. Lots of thoughts, a lot of harsh thoughts, a lot of hard thoughts. It's not peaceful. These are habitual thoughts and patterns that are stored in your mind, but you might not even be aware of it. That's the hard part. Is which thought is mine and what doesn't belong to me? Which one is like past programming? What? Yeah, wow. Lots of thinking there. There's a lot of curiosity about what the grass is greener would be like. Would it be as good as I'm building it up to be in my mind? Am I being a fool? Am I seeing things rationally? it's not easy always to use that rational mind, because we sometimes have these irrational wishes. Maybe you've tried before to start something new, and you gave up almost. You almost gave up on yourself and this new beginning. It's a lot of problems. Yeah, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and it almost came out under Eight of Pentacles, but Five of Wands, there's been like a work. There's a lot of competitors in what you're doing, perhaps, and especially if you're wanting to be one of the best Olympic athletes on the planet or something else. There's so many other people out there. How do you compete? Death. Ooh. Well, not ominous death, but Eight of Pentacles. Well, maybe literally it means you've been working yourself to death. Eight of Pentacles and Death card. Working yourself to death. And maybe you're a Scorpio. They have a tendency to be workaholics. Very intensely working on something at all times. Secretly. And I know, because I'm a Scorpio, always working. But I love it. The work I do is fun. So 13 breaks down to a 4. And so this boils down to your stability, survival, really, what you love to do, and you've cut away all else, and you're prepared to just allow yourself to fully immerse yourself in your work, and you're cutting away everything else. Wow, that's interesting. You're letting go of what's no longer serving you, to have this new beginning that you know is going to be, it's going to take a long time, and it's going to take time with the Knight of Pentacles. This new beginning, following the opportunities, just putting in a little bit at a time. You've got this. The Empress and Three of Wands. So 3 is really important. This is about your growth and your development. It is about how you think. It's about how you communicate. It's about looking back and seeing your programming in early education or through your social crowds. Who were your influences, and were they always a good influence? And so maybe you prepare to take a chance and move forward in the situation, take that next step, or travel, or try to get a promotion, try to do your best. Eventually, you know, if you work really hard and you prepare to set sail on, it's like you want to go on a journey. Well, that's what life is, isn't it? And then we have the Nine of Wands and Nine of Pentacles. There again, that self-sufficiency. That being able to, you've attained a lot. You've completed a cycle or many cycles in the same way. And now, and this is like security. Everything's just great. So, but then it doesn't, it's hard because you want to like be in control of getting money, but when you're working on something in an idea that's your own, self-employment, for example, or you're looking at making a big purchase or getting a new car or maybe having a family or all of the above, plus you've been doing that for a very long time and you're at the next step, what do you do? Where do you plant the next seeds? So that was 3 9s that I got. If I think of 3 9s, that's release. That is that death energy. All right, let's get some tea on this. Well, you have Mule, so you have been working up a storm. But this also symbolizes that someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. So maybe that's in this family situation, because the Ten of Cups would be a family situation, and I'm seeing that there, is that it's not easy because someone has been working against you in the situation. Caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. And the caterpillar dissolves into nothingness, really. The void. It's like we want to fill the void, but if we can learn how to be in that void, that's the next level, isn't it? And that void is like, it's an unconscious state. And you get more conscious after you emerge from the conscious mind and you start to understand that. Crib. Birth or conception of a child or enterprise. And weren't we just talking about maybe starting a family or a new business, or you're working on a business? There's new life there. There's life coming into the situation. Grasshopper. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. And so when I think of the grasshopper in this grass, I think about how grass is so sharp. If you've ever had a paper cut or a hand, like a little cut on your hand from a blade of grass when you're trying to pull it, that's not fun. So you're trying to balance a situation that is just maybe needs to end. Something really has to change. There were things that you know too much now. You know too much. Sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. Isn't that interesting that it's right under the Fool? Parrot, someone will gossip about all your secrets. Oh well, who doesn't? If you don't have anyone gossiping about you, then you must not be that interesting. Because we all have people. Everybody talks about everybody, I noticed. And I mean, I try not to talk about people in a non-positive way. But I mean, everywhere I go, I listen and I hear people talking. And it's like, I can hear you, you know. Dog, close up. Pleasure with a close friend. Interesting. I don't know what that is, but that is for whatever your mind triggers that to be. Okay, let's get some angel guidance on some advice. Brilliant idea. Your idea is directly guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. You are safe. So step out of that survival part of your brain that is like exhausting you right now and making you feel like you need to rest emotionally. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home. Well, thank you. Archangel Michael. I feel as if I was guided to get my Island Time Wellness cards to look at this dog. I don't know. Pleasure with a close friend. It's a little close up and in my face, so I need to find out what's in my face right now. Camera. Reminiscing keepsake. Perception. Learn from the past. Make memories. So somebody could be reminiscing with a friend or have sent them a picture. You making memories with friends. It might not even be anything sinister. It could just be seeing your friend, getting together with friends and feeling close together. Then of course I say that and then I got separation. What? Sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future. So someone here maybe is looking at your pictures, a friend, but you're separated. Maybe you live far away from each other. Maybe that's why you're waiting to get on a boat or a ferry or someone's waiting to get on a ferry. Karmic relationship, fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. Yeah, there's definitely been a common thread amongst the collective, is that there are some karmic relationships that people are dealing with. And that could be family, with friends, with coworkers, but there's a lot of work. Yeah, it's a lot of it's in the daily life, in the more of the minor arcana cards. Not as much action, not very much. Some, but more of a passive energy with the pentacles and people working against each other with pentacles and swords energy. Some clashing. We have wedding rings, union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. Well, isn't that romantic? And maybe that's what you're wondering about, is like, this person ever going to marry me? And just this card fell over mule. Somebody stubborn. You got soulmate. The stubborn soulmate. Stubborn soulmate. Soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. Well, so it looks like there might be some contract talks, negotiations in place. Maybe you might be getting a cohabitation marriage agreement, which a long time ago, 2 marriages after I've been through one crazy insane divorce, I feel that would have been very wise for us to know, people to know in general, that you can actually get cohabitation legal agreements in place before you marry somebody, to avoid all of the sometimes pitfalls of existence that can happen. And especially when it comes to being with a narcissist. Oh no, she said it. Anyway, let's get off that topic, because I was on that topic for most of my life. So let's see about this love situation with the advices. Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed in this very moment. I feel it, because there's a lot of triggers. There's been a lot of confusion and dealing with somebody who's been not wanting to make changes to make this relationship or situation. It could be with this, yeah, it could be stubborn coworkers too, or something that you've had to deal with over the past. Let's get one more card about gratitude. Moments of gratitude. Who has been a mentor or guide in your life? Let's get another one. What do we got? Good vibes only. Happy place. Picture your happy place in your mind. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you smell? And imagine it with as much detail as possible. Think of these sensations whenever you feel overwhelmed. And also, it's visioning, basically having a vision for your life. Like, we have to create the vision. We have to see it for ourselves. And in order to do that, we can't think about that, because then we start to think, well, how am I going to do this? It's never going to happen. I'm like $80,000 a day, blah, 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 blah. You got to see it. You got to, don't even worry about the how part. You just got to feel it. Feel it. Even act the part. You got to act the part sometimes too, until you fool yourself into feeling better. Fool yourself. Everything's always working out for me. Everything's always working out for me. I got this. You know, and pick yourself up and smile a little, and okay, I like feel like I'm smiling through my teeth, but I'm still doing this. Okay, we're doing this. All right, I'm gonna get you a blessing and step out of the loop. Frequency loop, whatever it is that brings two people. Look at this. A blessing on a battle that cannot be avoided. Ooh, so there's been injustice. There was cruelty. And you need to have the courage to see through this confusing situation and confront this person, and get some legal support if you can, or get somebody maybe who can help you with that. Find a mentor or talk to somebody that you need to about ending something, or at least protecting yourself, because this to me would be the 10th wand, and it's time to let down those burdens. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let your hair down to let the prince up, to let you out of the castle. It's time to go. No more stress, feeling underappreciated, burdened, worrying about your health, stressed out, overworked. Definitely overworked. But it also is perfectionism, sheer perfectionism for mastery to attain your freedom. You're the master builder. All right, take care of yourself. Bye.